Hey guys and girls, friends and truck drivers, what's going on here? Cause I picked up today in Louisville, Kentucky, at JBS Foods. Pretty good company. Had to wait a little bit, but there's some live stock haulers come in, hauling hogs to be processed for different things, as far as food to eat, and what I've got on my back is pretty much the renderance of it, ground up, whatever's left over, and it goes for feed and stuff like that. Excuse the truck, she's kind of loud like always. I was see a little protest, I guess you per se, that's what it was. I just want to go on the record as far as livestock and especially the livestock haulers. This has personally happened to me on different occasions, hauling cows, where I was hauling what we call kill cows to Augusta or feeder cows. It's happened on both occasions a couple of times. I've been called a murderer. I've had people stand out there with poster boards that goes all over the country protesting and doing different things. And for the record, I want to say on the record, I've got no problem with anybody protesting in anything they believe in. I think that's an awesome thing this country allows its citizens to do, and people it's not even American citizens do it. And I think that's an honor and a privilege to do and be a part of as a protest. I'm gonna be a part of one the 12th. But the point I'm gonna make on it is truth on it. I'm gonna give you the truth on the livestock side because I've farmed and been around it my whole life. And I'm also going to give you the livestock hauling points on it. But first, I want to start off with anytime you protest, is have knowledge about everything you do and what you completely support. Whatever you're protesting, you support it. Have knowledge of it. Know the history. Know the facts on it. I'm not going to get in deep on everything, but like I said, this is going to be about livestock in general, and then the livestock hauling. I have multiple times seen protesters putting truck drivers down, farmers down on livestock, and they pull up in their cars with their leather seats, leather shifter covers for their gear shifter, leather steering wheel wraps. You know, it comes factory in the car. The steering wheel will be wrapped in leather boots, leather belts. My point is, you want to be vegan or vegetarian, whatever you want to call it these days, that's your right. If that's what you want to believe, I completely 100% agree with whatever belief you got on that. But for number one, I'm a type of person, I'm either all in something or I'm all not in it. I'm all out of it. If you're going to stand there and protest about the rights of animals, this, that, and other, like I said, that's your belief. I'm not here to offend nobody, but I'm here to place truth on stuff I've seen, not hearsay, but I have personally seen. And I'll get into a story in Augusta, Georgia that happened when I was hauling slaughter cows, kill cows is what we call them. If you have that true belief in that, and that's something you 100% believe in, don't wear leather boots, leather belts, drive a car with leather seats. Don't have nothing to do with no leather. And I'm going to give you another point. A lot of the clothing you wear, even though you don't think it's got anything to do with an animal, they use cow hair, the hair off cows, in some clothing. That's part of the threading. Anytime an animal is slaughtered for food, this, that, and other, there's absolutely no waste. I know this from both parts because I've personally hauled the livestock, standing or what we call on hoof. And then I've got the hopper bottom behind me for the rendering, which is the ground up waste, I guess you would put, the leftovers, which goes in dog food, other livestock feed, some of it's even in fertilizer. But the point I'm going to get to on this is you can't stand out there with your billboards and your big horns yapping And I'm saying that to a disrespect for the people that's following the criteria I'm talking about. Now, if you're 100% all for it and you don't dress that way or have anything to do with livestock on you, meaning any part of an animal on you at all, then this don't apply to you. And cheers to you for being 100% on that. But what I don't like is a hypocrite. Somebody that wants to see and be seen just to make noise, try to get a little propaganda. I don't believe that's right. I believe if you're going to protest on something, it needs to be from your heart and not just to be seen or be seen. And like I said, when they process an animal, bird, hog, sheep, cow, whatever it may be, every bit of that animal is for use. Check your clothing. See how much wool, leather, and different things like that is part of the material. And when you protest, know what you're protesting about. My point is, if you don't agree with something, you have the right to protest. I praise you for getting out there and taking up your time and doing that and using your time to do it. Spreading the knowledge of what you know, but have the knowledge to spread. I've got no fault in anybody that does that or takes part in whatever they believe in. My story I was going to tell you about, I was coming into Augusta, got unloaded with a load of kill cows. It's what I did for a living. I've personally never shot none of them cows or anything like that I've hauled. I have in the past on my farm that I had, or, friends' farm and put them out of their misery or eat them. But they was used for food. Same with deer or wild hogs. My family ate off of it, or friends ate off of it, or whatever it may be. Nothing went for waste. But this lady, I got her name, but I'm not going to share it. And she drove all the way from Detroit, Michigan, had a sign addressed to the cows. And I'm kind of laughing at this because, number one, cows can't read. Or I have never personally met any livestock that could. And if anybody knows of one, I'd like to see a link tag below, or at least make a comment of where I can see this. Because I would personally like to see that, and, might change my mind a little bit. But she had a big old poster board, like I guess you'd buy at Walmart or the office supply place. It was addressed to cows. You're not alone. I drove 980 miles just to be your voice, so your voice could be heard. And as I was at the stop sign, she was across the street protesting by herself. Had several poster boards out. She even had one that said, "Truck drivers, we're not against you. We support you. That this is your job, but I am here to represent the livestock." At that time was cows. And it wasn't that busy today in Augusta, which is kind of shocking. It's usually pretty busy. We're usually piled pretty deep in there. So I stopped and had a chance to talk to her. And I called her up beside the truck, spoke with her. And I noticed a little car, top was down. It was a pretty day. She had leather seats, leather boots on. And I acknowledged her about that. I said, "Ma'am," I said, "for you to be protesting this, I'm just telling you, in case 100% vegan that's by the law or whatever it is, rules they go by, would kind of take offense to this right here." And there's a lot of people like that vegans and people that 100% are against it. And I said, "They're not going to take kindly to the clothes you got on." And she goes, "Well, I just have turned vegan." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'd probably go get me some rubber boots and at least some old knockoff seat covers and steering wheel covers and shifter covers that made out of, cotton or something." She appreciated the heads up. But people stopping a truck on the interstate or when they're trying to make it to their area to unload these livestock or whatever because you want to line up across the road is very ignorant. It's very stupid because I don't know of a livestock hauler out here who has killed anything on his trailer. Better yet, I'm going to make a better point to you. we do everything we can to keep them safe in transition. When I say transition, I'm talking about from A to B. We spray them with water. We try to keep them on their feet unless they're pasturing. Pasturing means your kill cows you don't want to lay down, but your feeder calves, which is a load that I personally got stopped by a gentleman in his fancy convertible car who videotaped me, who did go to jail in the state of Texas because it is a felony crime to hinder with livestock in that state. I personally think it should be all over. I stopped at a rest area to get out and check my load, like any other livestock hauler does. You'll see them pulled in at rest areas, truck stops, walking around a trailer. Trailers come equipped with lights on the inside. If they don't have lights, they use flashlights. Check it on my head camp back there, making sure everything was on the up and up. There wasn't nothing getting stomped over or walked on. It was laying down or pastured, and feeder cows is all right to lay down and get comfortable. And they lay down like they're in a pasture, that's fine. They're calm, they're cool. The way we load them, there's plenty of room to do that. If every one of them wants to lay down on a long trip, they can, and we want them to be comfortable. But my point is, stopping a truck and calling us murderers and this, that, and the other, like I said, I don't know of any livestock hauler I've ever personally met. There might be some out there that's done it, just don't care about their job, but that's how we get paid. It's from A to B. And I don't know of any personal ones that's ever killed any of their load on transition. No matter if it's pigs, sheep, goats, horses, pigs, moose, buffalo, whatever it may be. Our job is to get it from A to B safe, and everything is as we say to each other, I hope you get it off the way it went on, and walking off the way it walked on. Hope there's no problems. After that, from A to B is only time that we're responsible for these loads. Once they get off at B, from where we pick them up at A, they're no longer our responsibility. And I'm seeing it more and more. I've seen a couple of videos and stuff on YouTube. I was personally not involved in. I hadn't never really videoed. Nobody's stopping me or running off with their mouth about something they don't know absolutely nothing about. And sorry about that. But I just want to get that point across that we're not the murderers, if that's what you want to call us. But I'm going to tell you something else. You stop the processing of animals and or the killing of animals, ever how you want to put it, whatever makes it sound best for you. Like I said, if you believe in that 100%, I'm all for you. We live in a country where that's part of it. But you're going to cost people a bunch of jobs. You're going to cost it where these livestock animals are going to be run over by cars, kill families because they're overpopulating. And yes, I've heard arguments about this, about there's ways to handle it. Yeah, but the way we're handling it is for our race. We're the top of the food chain. Some of us are meat eaters. Some of us will be vegetarians. That's our right. So don't jump over us when we are not jumping over you for you protesting your right or acting upon your right. That's our right as human beings too, is to eat what the good Lord put down here for us to eat. If you don't want to eat it, I'm not going to shove it down your throat. But if I choose to eat it, don't shove, your vegan food down my throat. I do what I do for a job. It puts bread on my table. Keeps the lights on at my family's house. And I'm gratefully appreciated to be able to work and be able to, work for everything I got. But there's a multiple effect if you shut that down. You're going to lose feed for these animals when you don't render them. You're going to lose clothing. There's only so much cotton and stuff in the world that grows, and that's completely weather-based. This year's, I hope, better than last year. Last year was a terrible season for some of the crop. This year, I hope the Lord blesses them with a plentiful harvest. But jumping out there in front of a big truck, weighing 80, 90 to 100,000 pounds, because he's got a permit to haul that much with multiple axles, and you're expecting that guy to stop on a dime, or you're trying to hold that guy up, you're hindering the life of that animal. For whether it's going to a feed-out lot to eat like a king till the day he dies, or he's got a few more hours to live at a processing plant. You holding that truck up, doing your protest, is hindering a driver, but utmost hindering what you're standing up for. They're hot on that trailer in the summertime, and they're cold on the wintertime. You're agitating them. A lot of things that people with protest don't know is that a cow will soil up on you, lay down. When it soils, it'll die on its own. When you get back here hindering it, trying to videotape it, this, that, and other, holler at it and tell it to get up, and that you're there for it, this, that, and other, that cow knows you as a predator. Now, unless that cow has had a hand on its life, and you can catch it in a pasture and this, that, and other, you're hindering it. Which means you're going to slow that cow up, make it harder for the driver to unload it, cause it to get popped with a cattle prod or a sorting pole because it's sold up. And if it don't come off that trailer and it lays down sold up, guess what they do, guys? They shoot it. And then they cut its throat. You want the truth? I'm going to give you the truth. I learned how to do that by Mr. Trucking stuff. So you're actually causing more hindrance than you're doing good, because that cow could have walked off, lived a normal life, wherever it was going, forever how long it may have been. But instead, you sat there and hindered that, sold that cow up, and now it's being shot on the trailer because it didn't walk off. They have zero tolerance for livestock that does not walk off the trailer. So now the cow's got shot and his throat's cut, blood all over my trailer. And they drag it off, and the meat's wasted. They cut its back, spray paint it, throw it in a bin, they take it to a landfill. They don't render it, don't do nothing. You just wasted that entire product because you've got a voice that wants to be heard over livestock. Why am I saying it, and why am I kind of being, like, I guess you say forceful with it? Was because of ignorance. You want to protest, sit on the sidewalk and protest and be heard. Shutting down these trucks and doing it ain't getting you nowhere. On April the 12th, when we do our shutdown, we're not going to hinder livestock. And livestock haulers are probably going to be involved in this shutdown, but if you notice, their wagons are going to be empty. If they've got any sense about them at all, and if they've ever pulled livestock. Are they going to know the back roads to take, and they're going to get on that CB and holler, and we're going to tell them which way to go. But that's my rant for tonight, guys, and that's just something I've seen today. Be smart in what you do. Follow trucking stuff. I always say this, I highly recommend him. But most certainly, if you're going to stand up for something you believe in and you take pride in it, know the outcome before you start. Know the knowledge and the history of it. And know the facts. And when I say know the facts, not what somebody told you. Know the facts. And like I said, stay out of the truck driver's way. He's doing a job just like you are. Your job is evidently to protest or work somewhere. Our job is to work somewhere and protest if need be on something. But don't get out there and hinder the truck driver. That's a waste of your time, waste of our time, and you're going to cause a whole lot more damage for whatever you're standing up for than you are doing any good. I know this for a fact. This ain't hearsay. This isn't facts that I've witnessed. I've known gentlemen that's lost 10 or 15 head of cows that could have walked off the trailer because they saw. A cow is one of the most stubborn animals there is. And when it's sold, if you can't get it up, there ain't no sense of fighting with it no more. Because all you're going to do is make it soul more. And it'll wash away and die. They're the weakest minded animal there is as far as giving up. They will give up in a heartbeat. And a lot of people don't realize that because a lot of people that protest against this or animal rights people or something. I'm not going to go on a percentage because I don't have that for a fact, but chances are they've not really been around them or know how they act, know their disposition. but I'm coming through Crashville right now. It's running pretty good for anybody wondering. But y'all have a blessed day, and I hope God blesses your family. And as a guy I follow says, Mr. Scooby Doo, follow him. Awesome guy, truck driver. Keep God in everything you do, and me and mine love you. And we like your prayers and continue praying for y'all. And y'all have a blessed day. And this is the kid, and I'm going to sign out. And like I said, I hope God blesses you. Have a good day.